Mm, mm, mm. Antes de ti, la vida era en blanco y negro, un día tras otro, sin nada nuevo. Pero llegaste tú y todo cambió de color. Descubrí que había un mundo mejor. Y ahora entiendo lo que es vivir de verdad, cuando tienes a alguien que te hace volar. Contigo es mejor cada amanecer, contigo es mejor aprender a querer. Todo brilla más cuando estás aquí. Contigo es mejor vivir. Contigo los lunes son como sábados, los problemas pequeños, los sueños enormes. Me haces ser la mejor versión de mí. Me haces creer que todo es posible aquí. Y no quiero imaginar un mundo sin ti, porque simplemente no tendría sentido así. Contigo es mejor cada amanecer, contigo es mejor aprender a querer. Todo brilla más cuando estás aquí. Contigo es mejor vivir. Y si me preguntan qué es lo mejor que me ha pasado, sonrío y pienso en el día que te encontré a mi lado. Contigo, contigo, contigo es mejor cada momento que respiro. Contigo es mejor el futuro que imagino. No, todo tiene sentido cuando me miras así. Contigo es mejor vivir. Contigo es mejor. Na, 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 na. Es mejor. Contigo es mejor. Es mejor. Contigo es mejor.
And I'm staying true to my guns on this, only because I enjoy this time. I want to tell you guys some stuff that we didn't cover this week. And we're going to go over it. We're going to go over GameStop. We're going to go over the investments. I just want to thank everyone for supporting the channel, supporting me. And, you know, I gave a proper shout out yesterday to Dynamite_41. And once again, he beat last night's stream. He beat it this morning with a great stream again, where he said, you know, the book is unbelievable. Connect the dots. The book is out. It's in the description of the video. I just want to let you know how grateful I am to you guys writing the book, going through the journey, 4.5 years of research, and to talk about it at that end. We sold as many books in the second month that we did in the first month. So the pace is still there. People are still hungry for the knowledge, and it's a phenomenal read. So if you're a GameStop investor, if you want to know why GameStop is going to beat the rest of the world, that book is it. And additionally, if you want to support the channel, that's a way of doing it as well. So it's a great gift idea. If you don't know what to get someone, if they're actually, you know, book readers, and even if they're not book readers, maybe they need to get into the finance side. A couple things changed tonight. I finally repaired my microphone. Thanks, Pops. My dad helped me out with that. He's got a lot of different ways of doing things, and so always fall back on that. He taught me a lot growing up. But let's get to the show. Let's get back to the good stuff. Hopefully it's coming in loud and clear. So let's start it. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. If you're a GameStop investor, this is your home. This is where you want to be. We have been investing into GameStop for over 5 years, buying shares every day, myself included. As you guys know, my position is sitting well over $60,000 in this investment. Some of you guys have a lot more. Some of you have a little less. That's okay. I'm not mad at you guys. I'm just going to tell you, keep doing what you do. I'm going to keep doing what I do. What's happened over the time, over all these years, is that people have found a way to do what they call diamond hands. It was hilarious. I was playing World of Warcraft the other day, and I'm playing World of Warcraft, and I'm going to show you guys something really quick. So this is my portfolio. I'm up $1,400 today, which is pretty good for us. Considering it put in $58,703, it keeps increasing. We're at 2,484 shares, which equals 51 shares for all you 51 fans out there. We are Team 51. If you do not know what that means, it means you haven't been around us long enough. That's what we call ourselves. After all these years, you know, when I first started doing YouTube, everyone had a name, and it was a real little catchy thing where they were like, you know, oh, the Moon Platoon and the Martian Gang and whatever they were doing, right? They're all going to be coming out. And I had no idea what we'd call ourselves, and I didn't even care because we didn't have an identity. We're just a bunch of bandits. That's all we were. We were just dudes on the outside looking in saying, you're all wrong. This is the only investment. It's not Bed Bath & Beyond. It's not AMC movie theaters. It's not Mullen Automotive. So going through all those trends and all those times, you know, you probably talk to yourself in the mirror, probably tell yourself, you know, I hope I'm right. My family thinks I'm wrong. And while they're pumping every investment, XRP, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, everything's been pumped in front of you. You found a way to stay level-headed. You found a way to navigate through it all, to really hone in. And the only way you can do that is through God's will. That's it. It's been God's will. It's been maybe your give or take. Maybe you gave in a little bit extra, you know, to the info, to the delivery. But if we didn't educate ourselves, if we didn't study every night the way we did in the original times, you know, I was talking to Dynamite today, and Dynamite said, man, after 30 minutes of going live, I'm pooped, he said. And I said, man, and then he acknowledged, he said, Marantz, I remember we used to go live 3 hours, 7 hours a day, every day, before work. I'd wake up, go live with the market, and then go to work the whole day. I killed myself. But I did that for years, not just like a day. I did it for years, every day in a row. And those videos still exist on the internet, but it's because I was so excited for what was to come. Additionally, I wanted to bring awareness to the whole market to say there's a fraud going on. There's some panic in the streets. And you know what's the unforgettable part of it all? We were 100% correct. Every single investment that we've called out has fallen flat on their face. Well, tonight I'm going to call out more. Tonight's no different than the rest. Tonight, I'm going for it because I've finally seen the last straw I'm going to see, that I'm going to let right out here. And now I've talked about it before, but the more data and the more time that goes on, the more I'm convinced that we are correct. Not just on GameStop investment. Everybody thinks it's a GameStop channel. No, this is an investment channel. This is a lifestyle channel. If you don't have diamond manos, I don't want to talk to you. Do you know why I walk around and I hurt people when I shake their hands and I punch people and they get knocked out? You know why all that happens? I'm going to tell you what happened, because I got diamond hands, bro. I'm clumsy with them. I get it. I cut myself up when I change a car battery. But yeah, these are diamond. I'm not selling, and I haven't sold. And my bank account at one point, I had 18. It was worth like 16,000, 18,000. And then out of nowhere, boom, in 2 weeks, it went all the way up to 47,000. And I was like, oh my God, I can make 40 G's right now. What would I do with it? If I would have took that money, it'd be gone by now. But that position has grown into what you see today. We're at 60,000. Where do I go from here? If it were to ever reach the highs of 2024 from where it's at today, I have $250,000. I'd like to be there. Would I sell then? I won't. There's too much information I know about GameStop. Too many things coming to us, the catalyst, all of the pinnacle, all the benchmarks that we can hit. We're going to talk them out tonight. I got you. But tonight's the night. Tonight's the night we're reminded that this market is driven by fraud. And I'm going to call it out. Here's the fraud, guys. Without a doubt. This right here. This is Nvidia. If you guys haven't heard of Nvidia, if you live under a rock or you don't know who Jensen Huang is, he's one of the top 10 richest men in the world due to the fact that Nvidia went from a $200 to $400 billion company, which is what they were. They were $200 billion. They were making gaming GPUs, okay? That's what they were doing. If you guys don't know what that means, it's a graphics card. You want to go ahead and play World of Warcraft, you got to have a great graphics card. Go ahead and buy one. They were like $200, $300, $400, up to $2,000, depending on which ones you were buying. Nothing that was earth-shattering. But during COVID, there was a supply chain shortage issue, and the Taiwan Semiconductor Company started developing chips and selling chips that needed to be designed. And these guys started designing them. And whether it be for Tesla cars or PlayStation 5s, and in this case, to drive data centers for AI, that's exactly what happened. But there was a run on the world when it came to this, Nvidia. Nvidia comes in, and now they're recording sales of $68 billion. I want to explain this sale to you guys. These massive chips, these designer chips that Jensen Huang is designing and selling and generating his own hysteria, is fueled by themselves. This is fancy finance. The whole world is doing it. And when the music stops, if you've ever played hot potato, musical chairs, or Russian roulette, there's an outcome here. And it's going to happen. This market is going to crumble for the greed of one. You can wear all the leather jackets in the world, and you can tell everyone that there's demand for these chips, but you generated that demand by having a scarcity of them. And the fact that they don't plug into anything, I don't think people understand. I played a video yesterday from CoreWeave CEO who actually manufactures the software to run with the chips, to integrate themselves on scale. Guess what? He didn't answer a single question. He couldn't even get it out what the partnership was. But to call it revenue or to call it dollars to the bottom line is blasphemy. It is outrageous. And you have Microsoft, you have Meta, Amazon, everybody is doing it. What are they doing? Okay, let's call it for what it is. One, they're not showing depreciation for the compute that they buy. The products themselves, they're not showing a write-off. Now, if you're a customer of AI innovation, you're buying the AI chips and you're go ahead and rent out the data centers and you're trying to produce something via AI. Allegedly, this is what companies are doing. This is the hottest thing on the market. Allegedly, is what I'm being told. There's some type of return that's supposed to happen after all this money's being spent. The only person counting the dollars is Nvidia. No one else is counting dollars. Everyone else is ponying up the money, allegedly. They're paying money. Now, here's the downfall for America and for our financial markets. Every dollar paid out as CapEx dollars are borrowed dollars. Every single one. From the greater financial crisis of 2008 all the way to 2020, when you had COVID, there was free money. In 2022, there was a recession that was not announced. And because it wasn't announced, Jerome Powell, it's transitory, it's not a big deal. I was there. I heard the press conference. I couldn't believe it. But because of that, interest rates went sky high to the greatest accelerator that we've ever experienced in the last 40 years. And what happens now? Now everyone's aching at the belly. Everyone owes money. People are scrambling to raise funds. Private equity is getting called out for redemptions. Everyone's backing each other. Blue Owl's the breaking point for me. How about first brands? How about banks crumbling? How about SPACs getting launched and not fulfilled? It looks like this whole market is just a bunch of dudes that start something but don't finish it. That's what's happening today. Yet the market's at an all-time high, scaling high because of money being spent. I want to know, and I challenge Wall Street to tell me, what is the return on your AI investment? Anyone want to tell me what it is? I've seen AI. I got Chat GPT, whatever. I got the LLMs to prove it. Everybody. Name them all. I don't care. They're all free. I can use them for free. So how am I being charged money here, or how are you making money? You're already advertising. You're already getting the advertising dollar. Where's the AI return dollar? This whole thing about deploying capital and returning the investment, I'm missing it. The part that I love about GameStop, just so people are aware of why I invest into GameStop, the part that I love the most is because GameStop has legit accounting. They do. They do the books, they show you what it is, and it's all at the moment. It's what we call cash and carry. You guys live in this world? Are you guys living in this world where, and somebody says they have a bad connection? I apologize for that. I don't know if there is a bad connection. Let me check. I'm golden on my end. So, yeah, I'm good on mine. No loss things. Anyway, are you guys aware that people are buying food on a buy now, pay later program? Right? BNPL. You guys familiar with these models? Kids today are buying food via credit cards and apps for buy now, pay later. Food. We've got student loans. Not forgiven. And now we have the real cattle. I call it the real cattle because you know what's going to happen? The slaughter. The slaughter's coming, guys. I know. You've been saying it forever, Marantz. I might have. But Jamie Dimon, you guys know who Jamie Dimon is? You guys, have you been to the bank lately? One's running the biggest banks in the world. And whether it's JP Morgan Chase or it's an investment firm like Berkshire Hathaway, I call them an investment firm, they're a holding company, or if it's Apollo or KKR, whomever, everyone's saying the same thing right now in the streets. This is 2008, and be careful. Be careful, because everyone's leveraged on the AI mania. They all gave it value, they all gave it $1, and they all ran to it. No one made money. You see, there's this thing I read in the Wall Street Journal. There's this thing I saw on YouTube. There's this thing I read in Reddit. And you know what it told me? It said that the AI dollar and the AI investment is going to replace the worker. Yet I also saw in the same breath that AI makes you a better operator, more efficient operator. So wouldn't I benefit from having all of my employees implement AI themselves? Therefore, everyone becomes more efficient. Wouldn't the workforce be better for that? Or are you trying to eliminate people in general and tell me that AI can do the job? Somebody's got to push play. I see the numbers that are coming up, and I want to explain to you guys why they're fraudulent. I feel, allegedly. The number one company in the world is doing mark-to-market accounting. That means they're counting the whole contract when they get it. The orders that come through, $68 billion this quarter, that's someone coming through. And remember, I can go read the 10Q, and we will. I'll get through it this weekend. And it's going to tell me the same thing it told me last quarter. 6 customers make up 80% of all the revenue. Yeah. You know what I'd rather have as a company? I'd rather have 50 little customers than 5 big ones. You know why? Because if I lose one, I just lost 20%. If I have 50 and I lose one, I lost nothing. I lost 2%. You have to have this idea in this business model that this is what you're looking at. Someone's going to tap out. I don't know who's the first one to move, but someone's tapping out. At the moment, they're all cashing checks. Everyone's cashing bonus checks, and they're all giving themselves valuation based off of money they're borrowing on said inventory after they buy it. They buy the chips, and they go ahead and leverage those chips for cash right on the backside. It's money in, money out. Oh, yeah. And they don't care. They don't care one bit how reckless they can be. It does not matter. That company can go bankrupt. They could make no money at all. Those executives made their salary. They made their bonuses. That's it. It's all they care about. They don't care about you. Why do you think Ryan Cohen says what he says? I got a CEO, chairman of the board for GameStop, who says, hey, if you don't care about your investors and you don't care about putting in your own capital into the company, why are you here? I only want board of directors that put their own capital in. And shout out to the AMC crowd. How you guys doing? You know what AMC said today? I couldn't believe it. I read the best headline I've ever read on AMC. By the way, I'm going to explain to AMC in like 10 seconds right now after I say this, but it said the reason why Adam Aron's not buying shares is because he has non-public information about a merger and an acquisition. I said, wait a minute. He hasn't bought shares since 2018. Don't do this to me. Do I got to remind you what year it is? Yeah, and guess what? That 2018 when he bought shares, because they were paying out a special dividend. Do you know when companies pay out a special dividend? When they sell shares or bonds to those holders, like Silver Lake. Shocker. So yeah, just a little bit more money on the top. And why? Because they got to pay them back. They're not coming out of pocket. But hey, what do I know? By the way, AMC, just so you're clear, if you didn't get the memo 2 days ago, even yesterday, and even today hasn't changed, AMC's debt was bought by AMC. If you don't understand what I'm telling you, you don't understand finance. AMC, the company, manufactured, redistributed, and gave away the farm to themselves. I'll let you think about what that means. You ever circle the drain? Have you ever done this circular debt spiral? Because that's what AMC is doing. All in the skies of, we're doing our best. We're getting shorted. What's going on? A reverse stock split 2.0. It's really happening. Go do your homework on it. It's embarrassing. Don't listen to YouTubers. Don't listen to me. Go read it yourself. I already did. As a matter of fact, I showed everybody. That was pretty cool. Hey, shout out to GameStop, guys. Just to say it one more time. GameStop is requesting... because, you know, they've been doing graded cards now for a year. Are you guys familiar that they've been grading cards for a year and a half now? PSA graded cards? Anybody know how many cards PSA graded a year before GameStop got around? Anybody know the total, the number? It's a godly number. By the way, GameStop's announcing their 4 millionth card submission. They're very close to it. They're at 3.9 right now. They're having a competition. Let you be the 4th million card submitted. I have my 4 millionth card right here. I'm going to take it in this weekend. I'm taking it on Saturday, baby. I opened the pack. I got it. And I'm making a pledge right now. Here's my pledge to this card. If it's a PSA 8, okay, PSA 8, it's going to AJ. Because AJ's been collecting PSA 8s for a very long time. If it's a 9, we're going to do a giveaway. If it's a 10, well, I might just keep it. We'll figure it out. That's the best card in the set, if you guys don't know, for Pokemon. For we're all in this together. This I know. Anyway. So yeah, back to the Mag 7 being overvalued. Borrowing money to pay all this infrastructure stuff, and the money's coming due. Everyone's going to be upside down. It's absolutely terrible. Marantz, sounds like the XLR cable worked. Yeah, Pops. Well, does it sound good? That's what. Maybe, Pops. Let me ask you: are we doing all right? Did we win the gold medal? Good. You want me to celebrate? I can't celebrate U.S.'s golden medal against Canada. That doesn't make me happy. It doesn't. I'll tell you why, Pops, just so that we're clear. I don't celebrate sports. I don't like sports. But the fact that the director of the FBI was in the locker room partying like a frat kid when he should be out here solving the crimes of the century like Epstein and Kirk, I don't want to hear shit. Don't go out here having a beer with the boys. No, I've got a country to run. I've got aliens to conspire and catch. Don't do this to me. Guy's wasting my time. State of the Union address? Brilliant. Brilliant. I didn't watch it. First one I've missed in like a decade. I didn't watch it. And it's not for me to watch, guys. It's not. It's not that I don't like Trump or I do like Trump or I don't approve of this or I don't approve of that. It's nothing to do with that. I'm level 68. Guys, there's a 70 cap on TBC on WoW. I'm almost to level 70. I already did my attunement for Kara and my attunement for Shattered Halls. What the hell do you want me to do? I'm not trying to watch State of the Union. Hey, okay, listen up, Democrats, okay? Listen, we're going to put America first. Would you agree? Would you agree? Okay, would you all stand and applaud for America first? Really? I saw Nancy Pelosi rip up the State of the Union one time, okay? And nobody said shit. Nobody's held these criminals to what they are. And let me tell you why I call them criminals, because I support my leadership no matter who they are. I was in the military. You know what they tell you? Commander-in-chief, that's who you work for. Boom, got it. Not a problem. I can shut up and take orders all damn day. When it's your turn to talk, talk. Guess what I do? Lock it up. Lock it up and lock in. Then I'll see you at the voting booth. That's it. I do my best. But me, I like GameStop, bros. I like the stock. How about you? You like the stock? You know what's coming up, guys? We're almost to March right now. So damn close to March. Oh, let me tell you what March is going to do. The money's here. The money's here. It's in front of you. Wall Street can't deny us. They did it for the last 5 years. I don't care. I called out the turnaround for GameStop 5 years ago. They're turning it around. They're losing money, Marantz. They don't make a profit. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're who are you? You're an accountant for who? For what? Get out of here. Schoolboy. I got this. Hold my pocket, bro. What's your name? Running with the Bears? Bitch. He ain't talking about real bears. He's talking about the bears that hang out down here where I live. If you don't know where I live in Palm Springs area. Never mind. Anyway, I'll just leave it alone. Crazy. God, I got fakes everywhere. You know who's the biggest fake, and I'm going to say it to you respectfully because I have to. I can't stay quiet on this. I was going to keep this close to the chest, but I'm going to come out with it tonight. I'm going to reveal some secret. You know what? I'll reveal the secret. I got a secret to tell you, and I'll reveal it when we hit 200 concurrent viewers. If we can hold 200, then I'll reveal the secret I have. And it's a secret. It's a secret. But it's not for public consumption. So let's wait until we get 9 more people in here. You might want to call somebody because I won't talk about it until there's 2. Oh, there's 200 on the spot, bro. What the hell? How did that happen? Okay, here we go. You guys know, like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, there was this guy who popped up out of nowhere from Reddit. His name was PP Seeds. You guys remember him? And PP Seeds came around, and I went into a live stream, and I started talking, and we started talking, and I told him, hey, Bet Beyond, that's what you're talking about? He's like, yeah, man, it's a great investment, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't say Ryan Cohen's invested. That wasn't their talking angle. Their talking angle was it's a good investment. They didn't say he's still in it. He's still in it. They didn't do any of that talk until the bankruptcy got filed and they looked at the paperwork and then they came up with this idea. But they weren't pumping it like that. They were just saying it's a good, viable business. And I said, no one shops there because I actually went there because I actually talked to the employees because they worked for me. They told me delivery trucks aren't coming. There's nothing going on. We're out of here, bro. This thing's empty. The walls are empty. That's when I knew. I said, okay, this is what's happening. I read into private equity, found out, told everybody, walked back into the show, told them all it's going bankrupt. Cool. They hated me for it. They blocked and banned me. They deleted all those episodes. I still have them. There's 7 episodes, 7 interviews. It's fine. You guys remember the story. That's fine. That's good, right? So during that timeline, I was battling because AMC had just announced their ape dividend, and then they wanted to do a conversion back to AMC shares, and I was battling that idea. And I'm battling the bankruptcy, and I'm battling financial journey with Mullen Automotive. I'm taking it from all angles, guys. Oh yeah, porn star style. I'm out there just getting it. Just give it to me. It was wild. Yeah, and I didn't enjoy it. So then they started attacking me personally when I started popping out with private equity and connect the dots. That's when my life changed, when I realized, ooh, I ruffled some feathers. This is getting to the point of I'm going down the right path, down the dark alley. Fine by me. I can handle it. I was built for it. God put me here for that. Now, hate Marantz, hate his delivery, hate what he says, but you can't deny the facts. The facts were so prevalent and true that whole crew switched out their people. They used to have other people next to PP Seeds, and they gave them new characters. Dumber people. AJ. Anybody, not my man AJ, a different AJ, right? So they gave you so many idiots that were promoting these ideas and themes. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a this. I'm a that. That doesn't give you credibility. You could be dumb and dumb. That's on you. But the fact still remains that connect the dots was true. And that's what they had to come to that agreement. They had to come to that fruition. Well, then you saw Bill Pulte come into the crowd, come talk to me first. Hey, we got the interview with Bill. I wasn't playing that bullshit. Bill, you can't play on the fence with me. You either got to be all in or all out. I'm not going to allow you to hang out with us. Pushed him out. He went over there and did the meet and greets, did all that. Came back to me, tried to do meet and greets with me, tried to get me there with all of them. Ian Carroll, Vivek Vinswamy, himself, PP, everybody on the stage, Houston Wade. I didn't want to be there. I said, no, I'm not going. You know why? Because I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. And those kids, those beta males, how do they have time to travel the country? What do? Do you go to your boss and say, oh, no, I'm not going to do my responsibilities? Do you go to your wife and say, hey, babe, I'm not going to be here because I'm going to go over here and do a circle jerk and hang out in this hangar in Florida with fake helicopters and ice cream? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't even leave the house to go to Applebee's. What the hell am I going to travel across the country? They all did. It was all bought and paid for. I didn't understand it, right? And I still don't understand to a point. But the part that I didn't get, that I still don't get, is why I was the only one. I was the only person throwing up a red flag to the whole world. Then you have people that want to attack me personally because they don't agree with me or they don't like me or maybe they were bullied when they were growing up. That's on them. But to attack me personally while I'm doing the good fight tells me a lot about you. And I'm talking to you, Platinum. I'm talking to you, Amy. And I'm talking to you, Noisy. 3 people that don't matter to anyone because you have no views to prove it. 30 views in a live stream makes 0 sense to people. What's the point of doing this? Then I had to hear Platinum tell me, well, Marantz, I'm open to anyone's opinion. No, you're not. You're invited here anytime, Platinum. Come get shit on. Because you've been a nefarious person in this whole run, this whole thing, the whole time. And I don't vouch for you at all. Then people try to come at me and say I did it for clout and clicks. That's crazy. Clout and clicks? Do you know what I've been offered? I've been offered the world and I turned it down. I don't care if it's Andrew Tate, who's this guy, Bill Pulte, Martin Scarelli, any interview, any interaction, and I deny it all. You know why? Because I got a job. Because I got a wife. Because I got a life. Got a family. I got Team 51. I don't need all this. So why am I telling you all this? Why am I setting you up for the story? Because, well, all of that was going on. Oh, yeah. And they slandered me. They called me a groomer. I have it. I want to sue the shit out of this kid. I just don't have the time. But yeah, I'm looking at you, Noisy, okay? You and your murderous brother. That's a fact. He's in prison for murder. And you're over here sitting around like you're some saint. Defending your family. Yeah, bullshit. Who do you defend, by the way? Let me ask you, who's on your side of the table? Who are you defending? Who are you representing? No one. You stand on nothing. No one agrees with you. No one walks hand in hand with you. You're by yourself. You do a lot of things by yourself. I know that part. But you know what's crazier to me? That these 2 ladies want to hang out with you and talk about what? There's no substance. I don't get it. I don't understand talking in a room to no one. But I got a phone call last week. I got a phone call from Austin Tobit. You guys know Austin? I know Austin. If you don't know Austin, he's the #1 DD writer on Superstock for the last 5 years. Well known, well renowned. Austin, 4 years ago, got a message from him saying he wanted to do an interview on the show. I said, you want to do an interview? All right, let's do an interview. I didn't know him. I didn't know his acumen. I didn't know what he knows about markets or anything. He talks about plumbing. He talks about a lot of things. He's not a GameStop supporter the way I am. No. These guys do things with logic, as they call it. Right? No, they're scared. They do shit tiptoeing. They're not ready for that real fight. So Austin comes out. Austin calls me a week ago after he posted on Twitter to say he just saw the James Janney documentary and he's about to expose the whole thing, Bed Bath & Beyond. And I'm just like, who the fuck? Why are you like 3 years too late? I left it alone. He sent me a message. I'm so sorry for what they did to you, Marantz. And I go, hey, did you watch part 1 of the documentary? He goes, no, I didn't watch it. So what kind of GameStop guy are you if you didn't watch James Janney's first documentary piece, only the second one? And out of both pieces of the documentary, millions and millions of views, out of both pieces, I'm the only GameStop investor in the whole thing. Everyone else comes out to be a Bed Bath & Beyond investor. I'm the only GameStop-only investor. I spoke all about private equity for 7 hours. I have the behind-the-scenes videos of those interviews that I did a year before they were published, and all I talked about was private equity. None of that hit the video. None of that made the stream. And even now, Austin calls me, says, I'm so sorry for what happened to you. I want to get them back. I want to do a documentary. I'm putting one together. Is he talking private equity? No. He's talking about people. You're talking about 2-bit criminals, con men, shysters. You're not talking about the real truth behind it all. Asked me to be in the documentary with him, and I denied him. You know who I am, guys. I am very transparent. I do it in front of you. You want to go do a hit piece on the Bed Bath & Beyond crew? Go for it. These guys are nothing. They have nothing. They are nothing. But you're going to go out there and say, so-and-so's from here, and he works here, and he does this, and he's a criminal. Who cares? That shit was 3 years ago. Where were you, Austin? You had your head in the fucking sand. Or you're not man enough to step out and do it in front of everybody. That's the point. That's why I exist. Because the minute shit happens, I go out and I run at it. I don't run from it. I'm not trying to get my ducks in a row. Oh, I'm going to do a documentary, and it's going to be me, Amy, Platinum, and Noisy, and we're going to go at these guys. Oh, really? And you think I'm going to partner up with these guys? The guys who called me a groomer because I gave a coworker's daughter money to do a job. Yeah, not grooming anybody. We're out here supporting families and people. You know what I give back to families every month? Hey, Noisy, I gave him back over $5,000 a month for the last 5 years in donations to tons of families everywhere. A dying employee of mine left. Guess what I gave them? Thousands of dollars. We raised, as a crew here, $15,000. We just bought a wheelchair for another person, part of this crew, that's paraplegic, and guess what happens? You got a $3,000, $4,000 new chair. Boom. We raised money for Paisley just last week. She got almost $2,000 out of it. What do you think we do here? We're not out here for ourselves. But then, hey, can you take part in this documentary, a hit piece on this? No, get the fuck out of here, man. Where were you 3 years ago to save those investors? Nowhere. Day late, dollar short. And for the people you hang out with, he hit on Amy. How you disgusting. Well, Amy, put your shit away. Real simple. No one asked you to come parade yourself around here. You don't think I get hit on? Happens all the time. You know what I do? No, thank you. Block. The block button works. That's it. I don't need to go more into it. That's where we're at. That's life. Live it. And Austin, you're not some Boy Scout to me. You're a dude who sold your position, who still sticks around looking for some interaction. But you're this big in my world, kid. This big, because you know why? Because when you were this giant of a man and everyone looked at you and everyone's like, hey, this is cool. You lost conviction in your investment. You don't believe half the shit you say, and you don't have the work ethic, the consistency of what it takes to be what we are. Team 51, these motherfuckers show up every day. Every day. Rain or shine. In the Discord, on Twitter, on Reddit, in YouTube comments. And you want to do what? Pair up and partner up? Get your shit out of here. I've given this a whole week, and I was like, fuck it. I got nothing. You don't owe me shit. But you also don't have the keys to the castle. You don't have the information. You don't have connect the dots. This book spells it all out for you. It tells you the whole damn thing. all the shit about Bed Bath & Beyond that happened, this book is telling you what happened. You want to know about Ian Carroll? You want to know about him stealing DD, stealing ideas and thoughts? He ran with it. He watched it. He said, holy shit, Marantz is right. No shit, I'm right. Because some people were born to do this, and others, well, the real grifters. I see you. Or maybe I don't. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I got to take a break, millionaires. Motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Right now on the chart, I have GameStop, and it looks on the hour chart like we have a cup and handle over the last 2 days, which is pretty awesome for us. As you see us, a cup and handle, for those of you that don't know, there's a cup, a handle, and then a step up. That step up would be a breakout. Are we ready for this breakout? That's on the 1 hour. On the daily chart, there's a lot more that could happen here on the daily chart. Sideways is an option, but a retest to 24, 25, 25.50 is where we're headed. A retest. That would be the second half of this cup, and then you might get the handle out of there. Remember I told you we had this W formation here. Then you have this handle, and we're ready to go. So having the George W, watching it actually happen, these are all just indicators of people taking profits and coming back out of it. Now, how can you say all this, Marantz? You're not a TA guy. You're not an everyday TA guy. You're not a swing trader. You're not a day trader. You're absolutely right. I'm not a TA guy. What I am is a GameStop guy. And right here on this chart, this is a logarithmic chart over the last 6 years. On the weekly, we've run status quo. We have a new trend line based off of the insulation of warrants, the insulation of bonds, and the insulation of institutional ownership, yourself included. I call us here at Team 51 institutional owners. We have over $100 million worth of positions with GameStop just in this investment channel alone, just what you guys watch. I don't direct it. We don't manage it that way. But as far as fundamentals and projections go, we're sitting on over $100 million. Why? We got some real whales in the room. Those real whales, I had dinner with one this weekend. And you know what he told me? He said, Marantz, I'm looking for $100 million. That told me his mindset is correct. He's looking for the inevitable. You know, market caps, all aside, price action, put away, fundamentals announced next month, and what's going to happen. We're going to be $1 billion company, as in we make $1 billion, or that's the projection. We're going to have profits. We're going to have a trailing 12 profit of over $600 million. That puts us somewhere. Excuse me, I get excited about the billions. But you guys know exactly what we have coming our way. You're absolutely welcome, Kingsbury. You've been around forever. You've been my boy for the last 45 years. And I just want to let you guys know that as this chart has played out in real time, I mean, 6 years, goodness gracious, some people will deny what GameStop is. Somebody like Charles Gasparino, when he's saying GameStop is moving or it didn't move and it's a dead investment. These are for guys who want to make trades every day. Right? These are for guys that brag about the girls they sleep with. Let me tell you, okay, this is the persona that they take on, these Wall Street bros. They'll brag about banging out girls they sleep with. What they don't tell you is that they paid for them. It was a one-time deal. They got an STD, and they can't cook. All right? I'd rather not do that, and I'd rather have something to be proud of. That is GameStop. You can go pay for it. You can go get it, and it can make you feel good for the day. But I'm not here for the day. I'm here for the stay. And that is GameStop. GameStop's the other side of the triangle, guys. They'll never understand what it really means to be a GameStop investor. And what I mean by that is there's this inverted triangle from GameStop themselves. I wish I could show it to you. You know what? I will. In GameStop's investment prowess, just so you guys know, there's this triangle here, okay? Triangle of what GameStop is, okay? And in most businesses, the triangle is like this, okay? And it's the bottom is the employees. It's the employees, and then it goes up, and it's the store managers, then the regionals, then the CFO, then the CEO, all the way at the top, the pinnacle, right? GameStop's down because at the top is the customers. Then it's the employees and investors. Then it's the management team. Then it's Ryan. Ryan's the most insignificant person. The very bottom. Why? Because he's not self-serving. He doesn't have a salary. He's not doing it for the reasons you want him to do it. He's doing it for the reasons he's going to do it. Because he's a good-ass dude in every way. When are people going to believe in the man for what he is? Oh, no, they'll spread the FUD. Teaching people what FUD is and how to deal with FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt of the market is the greatest thing that ever happened for me. FUD used to come in and you'd be like, whoa, you got to eat it. You got to digest it. You got to learn how to handle it. But the FUD comes in. Ryan Cohen went out here and rug pulled all the Bed Bath & Beyond investors. Wait a minute. That's FUD. Ryan Cohen sold his shares and these guys decided to make YouTube channels to promote it and bump it and do what they do. You know, I was going through the websites today, and as I'm going through, isn't this pretty awesome? Nvidia's coming out with earnings, and the earnings come out, and it blows everyone away, and they tell you, look at all this money coming, look at all this. They're the one winner. Everyone else doesn't have this type of outcome. I mean, these guys blew it out the water. Well, you know what's crazy? When I go to Twitter, this is what comes out on my feed. Super microcomputers and Nvidia Blackwell GPUs. Nvidia Blackwell GPUs are 2 generations behind what they're actually making today. So that's what we're doing. This is who we are. We're promoting and pumping super microcomputers and Nvidia on Twitter. For what reason? Are we buying data centers? Are you ready for the AI at scale? What is the purpose of this? Why is it on my feed? This is no different than AMC pumping out commercials with Nicole Kidman for their movie theaters. Can I give you that example? One, you don't need to promote and advertise any movie theaters. I've never seen a movie theater commercial. You know why? Because the things that show in the movie theaters have their own marketing budgets. It comes from the studio. They promote it. Whether the movie does well or not, that's on the market in the studio. Your profit should be coming from the way you run your business. And I wish you well. But that's not happening. Super microcomputers. How can I buy something from them? Can I call them? Is there a catalog I can order from? What is the purpose? Oh, visibility. Oh, earnings are today. Oh, let's get it out in front of people. Let's confuse them. Let's bamboozle them. Hey, do me a favor, super microcomputers. Who's your CFO? I'm going to wait because I know you don't have one. A CAO? Yeah, you have one. But your CFO, you never fired. And you never got the 10Q done or the 10K done with that CFO. So somebody's got to tell me the truth. I've been waiting for 14 months. Super microcomputers, that's a fraud. Absolute. Oh, allegedly. Sorry, lawyers. Lawyer up. Allegedly. Hey, by the way, the story I was telling you earlier about this documentary coming out to expose Bed Bath & Beyond guys, blah, blah, because they're coming out with their documentary called The Bear Trap. You guys remember I exposed that too, like 2 years ago, told you about it. Bill Pulte said he wasn't funding it. He's not. Okay, cool. Ian Carroll doesn't care. He's still doing what he does. You know what I asked Austin? Because, see, Austin got invited. This is how the whole story went. Austin got invited to the documentary. They need a GameStop guy. Can't get this guy. They need a GameStop guy. By the way, Austin Tobit is not a GameStop guy. I just want to make that very clear. You can call him whatever you want. Not a GameStop guy. So, comes out. He goes out there for 2 weeks, a week. I don't know how long he went out there for. They had an Airbnb. They had a private chef. They flew everybody in. And we're raising money for this documentary. Why are you spending more money than you're raising? Why are you spending money at all? We got to raise money. We got to find donors. What are we? Aren't you guys elite? I can find donors on the channel. We did 15,000 in a night. The hell? We could do a whole lot more if we had to. Nah. You're all liars. But that's when he experienced a bad taste and he said, they're all criminals, man. These guys are liars. I'll comment. I'm going to expose it. And good luck to you, bro. You had your head in the sand for 3 years. Get the fuck out of here. On all fronts, bro. All fronts. It's called Marantz Rantz. You don't have to like me. But you might want to fight me? Nah, you don't want to fight me either. But you might want to read the book, man. It might educate you. So before you ever call my phone again, I know he'll get this message. I know people will clip it. Austin, before you ever text or call me again, don't do it until you read Connect the Dots. This is a book I wrote about the real reason why GameStop's winning the fight and whom they're fighting. Educate yourself. You're a smart guy. just not smart enough. So that's done. Hey, those bear trap dudes are going to release that documentary. What? When GameStop releases earnings? When GameStop approves Ryan Cohen's, commission plan? Is his pay? I mean, what are you guys waiting on? Are you doing another James Janney? Let me wait to drop it on earnings or the night before. Just more hit pieces, guys. Did you guys hear about this company called Game? The whole headline said, GameStop competitor closes final doors. Their name is called Game. And in that whole article, it talked about Game closing their 3 final stores. Great. And then all it was GameStop bullshit. GameStop's failing too. GameStop's a terrible retailer. GameStop's closing 400 stores. GameStop can't compete either in this industry. GameStop can't sell used video games anymore. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, you guys got to do better. I didn't even pull it. I closed that shit out. I can't read too much negative, bros. I'm a positive type of cat. The negative Nellies, they don't work with me. I'm a positive type of cat, bro. We saw the position. We're good there. Still holding. Never sold. GameStop, $23.77 on the shares themselves. Phenomies. Looking great. $421 million of profit. Numbers only going up. Oh, what a good time to make money during a recession. Oh, doing good. I don't mean to say recession. Under stagflation. Yeah, we're making money during stagflation. That's awesome. 2,600 cards. The website's running well. I love the website. It's doing great. So that's the gist of what's happening with our stock. Here's the chart. The chart's looking healthy. It's looking up and to the right. Looks like it's coiling, condensing, getting ready to take off. I'm all for it. When it does happen, guys, you're going to remember the days of 4 million volume, like today, 4.5 million volume. Models will be 0. Just for people that are clipping it, right, that are keeping track of it, 1% of our float traded today. 1%. Most companies that trade 1% of their float are blue chips. 1% or less. They're blue chips. You didn't think I'm wrong? I'm not wrong. I've studied too much. I hope you guys study. I hope you guys learn a lot. Because the transition of these markets and the manipulation of said macro events, that might just be what's been holding down GameStop the whole time. I don't even care. New stock, huh? New ideas. New investments. Ryan Cohen. Are y'all in? Happy early birthday to Mrs. Willie. Oh, my mom. My mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is technically not this weekend. So my dad was saying my mom's birthday's on Saturday. That's the 28th. My mother was not born on the 28th. My mother was born on February 29th. I'm older than my mom, than I have been. My mom's turning she's turning, is she next year, this year? What year is this? 2028. So in 2028, in 2028, my mother is turning 20 years old. So shout out to mom. Is it 20 years old or 15? She's turning 15 years old, believe it or not. 15. Shout out to mom. She's a beast. She did well in life. And that's the way we do it. I appreciate Jason. Jay. I appreciate Trove's Island. Hanging out on Trove's Island, playing his music the other day. All morning, too. In the Discord, they were calling for Nvidia at 350 tonight. Yeah, I didn't get to see where it went to today. Let's go look at that really quick. It was something ridiculous, probably. Oh, there we go. Oh, God. So, not that bad. Not that bad. I think people understood that you can get euphoric or you can come back down to reality, because the reality is the finances are funny. They're very funny. I think we're dealing with the market with the funny money. I think this pump all the way to the top on Nvidia just gets shot back down is just further proof that that's not what they say it is, man. It's just not what they say it is. Good luck to them. They're going to need it. Me, not so much. I own GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop, I appreciate you guys this evening. 1 hour is good enough for me. Wifey's making tacos. I got to go get them. I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.